today we are going to be talking about improv competition and kids casting competition. So they are similar. One is just for our 4 to 11s and one is for our 12 and over. So I did group them together since they're both about improv and improvisation. So if you have any questions, just let me know in the chat here and I will do my best to answer them. And before we get started, I just wanted to remind everyone that the April 1st deadline did just pass over the weekend. So anyone in self-tape, cover, commercial print, singing, and dance, we did require that you have submitted your competition material. If you've submitted and you haven't received an email yet, that's okay. We are individually processing everything. So we take a look and make sure the file's open, make sure that things are clear. So we don't send them to the judges without them being able to open it. If we can't open your material, we will send you an email and let you know. So again, just be patient with us. If you send an email asking if we received your stuff, we will get back to you as soon as we can. But again, we are individually processing everything, and there were those 5 competition deadlines. Again, for the material, for cover, commercial print, self-tape. So those competitions have wrapped up as far as submissions go. And then for our singers and dancers, you have to submit your music and your commentary at bow. Okay, if you have any questions about that, you can just send us an email. Okay, so I'm going to start off with discussing improv competition. So this competition takes place at CMTC. If you are 12 and over, you are eligible to enter this competition. And so what is improv competition? So improvisation or improv is a form of acting in which the plot, characters, and or dialogue of performance are made up in the moment. So improv competition provides contestants with the opportunity to show off their improv skills and acting skills in front of a live audience and the reps that are acting as the judges that are there as well. So this year, we are really happy to have Paul Constable as an actor and an acting coach host our improv competition. You might know him from the Canadian Tire commercials. He's known as the Canadian Tire guy, but he's done a lot of other things. You can look him up on IMDb and check his work out there. But we're really, really excited to have him. He's never attended CMTC before. So the way improv competition works is there is an improv warm-up right before the competition. So the people who are in improv competition can warm up with those that are in the competition, as well as kind of get a feel for the games that Paul will do for improv competition. If you want an idea of how this works, you can check out our YouTube channel. We do have a clip from 2019 when we had Linda Cash as host of this competition, and she's a lot of fun as well, but it will be very similar. So you go in as a group, and Paul will kind of prompt you somehow, and then you will just have to, again, improvise and act based on what he said. And again, during the warm-up that is closed to an audience, he will explain how the games will work and what he'll be doing with you. Other than that, we've given Paul kind of the go-ahead to do whatever he sees fit. He teaches improv a lot. He's an experienced improv actor as well. So we don't know what else he's going to be doing up there with you, other than what he's talked to Linda about what she's done in previous years. And again, we've just kind of given him the green light to instruct you and warm you up and host as he sees fit. And again, this is true to the industry. A lot of auditions, casting directors might ask you to improvise if they don't have the whole script to give you, or again, they just want to see your skills on set and what you can bring to the table as far as creativity. So it's a really great experience for everybody who's interested in acting. Okay, so I'll go over the rules next. The improv competition is again available to contestants age 12 and over. So again, this is a live competition and it takes place in front of an audience as well as the reps who are judging the competition. The host, Paul, will be present to ask questions and give direction to the contestants. Improv performances that contain profanity or explicit adult material will result in immediate disqualification. So keep it PG. Just know that those who are the 4 to 11s and their parents will also be in the audience watching the competition. So just be cognizant of that. Judging is based on ability to improvise, projection of voice, articulation, wit, intelligence, believability, body language, and the ability to create your environment. So the competition, again, will take place in front of a judging panel and an audience, a live audience. The warm-up is closed to the audience, and only those who are in the competition are eligible to go into the warm-up, but the actual competition itself is, again, in front of a live audience. Okay. So wardrobe requirements for this competition. So costumes are not permitted, and then reps suggest that you wear the most suitable wardrobe choice for auditions, a daytime casual outfit. Okay, so jeans and a shirt, leggings and a shirt, a dress, whatever you see fit. As far as actually dresses and skirts are concerned, a lot of the actors that I've seen do this competition will kind of move around a lot, so you might feel better in pants instead of a dress or a skirt. Okay, just in case you want to move your body a lot and really get into it in that way. And again, on our Pinterest page, we do have a board for acting competitions where you can kind of get some inspiration on what to pack for this competition. Okay, and then all these rules are on our website under Improv Competition. Okay, so tips from the judges for this competition, and this is common in improv always. So say yes when an idea is presented to you. So roll with it and then add your creative spin. So use this as an opportunity to show that you love acting and why you love acting, and let your personality shine. But if you say no to maybe one of Paul's questions or another actor that you're working with, it kind of shuts down the scene, it shuts down the conversation. So again, just roll with anything you're presented with and put your own spin on it. Okay, and again, like I mentioned earlier, so an industry fun fact is many on-camera auditions you're asked to improvise. So the ability to improvise while acting is huge. So this is a great opportunity for you to show those reps at CMTC that you do have the ability to improvise, and again, that you're a creative person and taking creative liberty with whatever you're presented to or presented with. Okay, so again, in the last couple of years, our improv competition has been hosted by Linda Cash. She is amazing. And she has linked us up with Paul Constable, who is our host this year. And again, he's a Canadian actor, an acting coach, really experienced in the improv world. So we're really, really excited to have him. Okay, so any questions about improv competition? If not, I will just move on to kids casting. Okay, so I'm going to move on to kids casting competition. So kids casting competition, again, is our improv competition for children, so those who are in the 4 to 11 divisions. So what is kids casting competition? This kids casting competition is set up to resemble a TV commercial audition where children are asked to improvise. So the kids casting competition is an opportunity for our child 4 to 11 contestants to showcase their acting skills as well as their ability to take direction and work with others. So this competition is hosted by Sarah Sheps and Daniel Falk from Man Casting. They are amazing. They work with children a lot when they're in their agency, in their casting agency. So they also work with adults though, so they are scouting for all ages when they're at CMTC, but they love working with children. And we have sent an email with their information, their bios, that will let you know kind of more about Sarah and Dan. We've also posted it on our social medias. So again, they love working with children. They do great every year. Every year they are usually in a different type of costume. Last year it was newly Superwoman and Superman. So I do believe they will be doing that again this year. They had a lot of fun with the kids last year. They also host our Real Kids workshop. So that kind of prepares them for the kids casting competition where they play games, and they also, again, the games are set up so that they learn to take direction from the casting directors and the agents and the managers. And again, it just gets them comfortable with the environment before they're sent off to do the actual kids casting competition. So again, for the rules for this competition, kids casting competition is open to contestants from 4 to 11, ages 4 to 11. Contestants will be performing in front of a panel of agents, managers, casting directors who will also be acting as the CMTC judges. So for kids casting competition, this is closed to an audience. Again, we take a group of children. I will post images about this competition, but they are on our website as well. They take a group of the contestants, we sort them by age, so they're working with kids that are around their age. We bring them about 5 to 7 into a room, and Sarah and Dan, dressed as Superman and Superwoman, direct them. Maybe they ask a question, maybe they ask them to play a game of sorts, and the reps get to watch how they engage with each other, how they take direction, and again, with the acting skills, or how quick they are to answer questions. Again, Sarah and Dan are very experienced with kids, so everything will be age appropriate and age appropriate for their level as far as the 4 to 11s go, okay? So again, judging is based on how well contestants listen and take direction, natural, unrehearsed responses, production, articulation, wit, intelligence, body language, and personality. So again, we want to make sure children in this industry are involved in the industry because they truly enjoy it, and that really comes out in this competition, whether or not they are comfortable and whether or not, again, they can take directions, and most importantly, they can have fun with it. So it's a lot of fun for the children. The judges are always cracking up during this competition because, again, the kids are being kids and having fun with it, and again, taking directions and just being kids and saying, I guess, the darndest things. So again, a really fun competition for your children. However, again, it is closed to an audience. We don't want the kids to be distracted by anything. We want them to be able to focus on Sarah and Dan. And again, they're already walking in to the room with the judges and the agents, managers, and casting directors. So we just, again, close it to the audience for no distractions. And parents are not allowed in the room either, again, because that is a distraction for the kids. Okay, and that's true to this industry. So wardrobe requirements: dress age appropriate. Each contestant should wear clothing that lets their personality shine, but not distract away from their performance or inhibit their ability to perform. So again, they can wear whatever they're comfortable in, but just make sure, again, they're comfortable and it won't impact their movement at all. Like if it's a big dress or something like that, you would rather them just dress comfortably and as kids. Okay, and we also recommend comfortable shoes, so don't send your kids in there with little heels or anything because they do move around quite a bit. Okay, and again, more information on this kids casting competition is available on our website, as well as some photos, so you can kind of see what the competition looks like inside the judging room. Okay, and then tips from the judges: don't be shy, use your listening ears, and let your personality shine. So again, just making sure that your children are having fun with this competition. That is really what shows. And that's what the reps are looking for as well in children who want to be there, and children who, again, clearly have a passion for acting and socializing with others and taking direction. Okay, and again, true to the industry, because if they're acting, they're going to have co-stars, they're going to have to take directions on set. So this is really a true to industry competition. Okay, and I'm just going to wait and see if there are any questions about this competition. So on improv or kids casting, or if you have any questions about anything else, I can definitely help with that as well. I think it's pretty straightforward. Again, for both improv and kids casting, we do let the host kind of take control with what they're doing and what they're saying. Again, for kids casting, there is the Real Kids workshop that takes place before it, where they'll get comfortable with Sarah and Dan, again, kind of play games with them, ask them to introduce themselves, because that's really big. Being able to say your name and your age, and saying that confidently, talking about yourself, so they'll work with them with that. And then later on is the actual kids casting competition. And then same for improv competition, there is the improv warm-up that is closed to an audience, where those who are in improv competition get to work with Paul and take his directions, and he'll let them know what to expect during the competition. Okay, well, I don't see any questions coming through, so that's great. If you do have a question, you can just email our team, or again, check out the rules and regulations on our website. And next week, I will be covering wardrobe and visitor information. Will improv be all 4 days? No. So once you get the itinerary, great question. Once you get the itinerary, you will see when the warm-up is for contestants, as well as when the actual competition itself is. So the competition and warm-up both only happen one time throughout the 4 days of CMTC. Are we going to receive confirmation that our submission has been received? So yes, so I did cover this at the beginning. However, since there was 5 deadlines on April 1st, our team is doing everything we can to quickly process all of the material. So cover, commercial print, self-tape were all due on April 1st, as well as singing music for finals and dance music for prelims and finals. So we do process all of those things individually, so our team takes some time to do that, of course. So once you've submitted through the Google form, you would have received just an automatic response if it worked and it went through, just saying thanks for your submission. And then you will receive a second email from our team within the next week of that we have received your content and that we have processed it for the competition, meaning that it's gone off and put into the correct file for judging, or the correct file for prelims for dancers, or the correct file for singing and for singing finals for the background music. So again, we process things individually, and we are a small team, so we're doing everything we can to process them quickly and make sure, again, that the reps can open the material for the competition and that our AV team can open the materials for dance and singing competition. So they are processed individually, but we will let you know if we haven't received material from you. We will be sure to chase anybody who is signed up for these competitions that we haven't received anything for, and at that point you'll be given 24 hours to get your stuff to us if you haven't submitted. But you will receive an email once it's processed. And if we have any problems, we will reach out to you. Great question. Okay, so I'll just wait a couple more seconds just to see if anyone has any more questions about improv or kids casting or anything else you might need help with. So again, next week we are covering wardrobe and visitor information. So if you have a visitor coming, we'll just make sure that you've sent in all your documents for visitors or for your visitors, and you let them know what to pack and things like that. So that one won't be that long either of a session, but again, we just want to make sure you guys have all the information so you're prepared for CMTC. Okay, thank you everyone, and I look forward to our next session, and I look even more forward to seeing you at CMTC. It's coming up a month away, so it's very exciting. Is the next week the last class with you? So we have about 3 more weeks worth of material to cover. So next week I'll be covering wardrobe and visitor info. The week after that, I believe, is just talking about the theme parties and what to pack for that and what to expect there. And then the last one is just the final checklist to make sure that you have everything ready for CMTC and you know what to expect for event check-in and everything like that, and just to answer any last questions you may have. Again, if you've missed any of these sessions, you can find them on our YouTube page. They're also linked in the Contestant Hub, and they're also have been sent to you via email too, if you'd rather just read the information instead of watching me talk. Okay. Bye everyone. Thank you again for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you at CMTC. Bye.